Shalom Israel, this is the ISUPK, started out on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, man. And this is the Sabbath service for today. Understand? We're going to say Shalom, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah Barakatah to all the brothers. Shalom Yahweh Shemar Latah Bashem Yahweh Shah to all the sisters. Let's go on and get this thing on the road, man. With that, we're going to say, Men of Israel, Imadium. Call the first brother up. Kunat Tazadah, state your register.
Kunat Tazadah, Banya Hada, Banya Sha'ala.
Kunat Tazadah, Banya Hada, Banya Sha'ala.
Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah Barakatah.
Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah Barakatah.
La Yasha'ala.
To Israel. We'll say Wapan Yahakudah, which means turn and face the east. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer.
All right. This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwaka.
Malakuka.
Baba'ah.
Baba'ah.
Ratazaka.
Ratazaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Asha.
Asha.
Ba'aratazah.
Ba'aratazah.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Nathanaw.
Nathanaw.
Lakal.
Lakal.
Call.
Call.
Yuwam.
Yuwam.
Wasalakmanaw.
Wasalakmanaw.
Kawawaknaw.
Kawawaknaw.
Wasalaknaw.
Kasalaknaw.
Kawawakyannaw.
Kawawaknaw.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Baba Ya'anaw.
Tabayanaw.
Banasaya one.
Banasaya one.
Above.
Above.
Awashanaw.
Awashanaw.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Ra.
Ra.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Amalakwa.
Amalakwa.
Wahala. Waha'ala.
Waha'ala.
Wahata para.
Waha'apar.
La'a walamyam.
La'a walanyam.
Aman.
Aman. It's the Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth.
In earth.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
And forgive us our debt.
And forgive us our debt.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not.
And lead us not
into temptation.
Into temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Say, Psalm is turn. Say, Shabbat, which means to be seated. Pick up off where we were in Genesis chapter 21, right? Genesis chapter 21, verse 10. You want to read some Hebrew today?
La'asa.
Trying to get you in there, man. Trying to Get you in there, Warren. Go ahead.
All right. Genesis chapter 21, verse 24 in the Hebrew. Wayamar Abraham Anakya Ashabia Wahawa Hawaka Abraham Abayamlak Arwa Ba'ar Hamayam Ashar Gazai Abadiah Abayamlak. Verse 26. Wayamar Abrayamlak La'a Yada Maya Aisha Hadabar Hazah Wagal Atha La'a Hagadah Laya Wagal Anakaya La'a Sha'ai Shaba'ai Tamya. I'm sorry. 26. Balapia. Hayawam. Verse 27. Wayakwak Abraham Tazaan Wabakwar Wayathan Laab Yamlak Wayakar Tha Shanayaham Bariyah. Verse 28. Wa Yatazah Abraham Shabbat. Kabashat. Hatazah. Hatazan. Labadahan. Verse 29.
Keep going, boy.
Verse 29. Wayam Mar. Abayamlak. Allah. Abraham. Ma. Hana. Shabbat. Kabashat. Ha'Allah. Ashar. Hatazab. Hatazabah. Labadana. Verse 30. Bayamar. Kaya. Shabbat. Kabashat. Dakwak. Mayadiah. Ba'ad. Bawar. Bahaya. Laya. Lara. Lada. Kaya. Kaparthia. Haba'ar. Haza'at.
All right. Not talking about it. Cool. Let's pick up on that. Just to recap on what we talked about last week, right? We talked about Abimelech. We talked about Lot. So, like, we talked about Lot and how his daughters slept with him to preserve seed, right? That was one thing we talked about. What else we talked about? We talked about Sarah and Hagar having their disagreement, and he gave her some bread and water and told her to be on her way. You understand? And now we get into another story, man. Another favorite story of mine, man, inside the Bible, right? But come on, talk about, let's read that, man. Let's see what's going on.
So this is the book of Genesis, chapter 21, verse 24. And Abraham said, I will swear. Verse 25. And Abraham reproved Abimelech because of a well of water which Abimelech's servants had violently taken away.
All right. Now, if you remember immediately before this, what Abraham is swearing is that Abimelech and Abraham and their seed would not deal falsely with each other, right? Abimelech's son or his son's son, but according to the kindness that Abimelech had done for Abraham, right? Remember how Abraham had, how Sarah had been taken by Abimelech, and the Lord had started dealing with him. He started having all kind of problems because he took this man real. You understand? Which is a story you should remember right now, even today. Like, you sleeping with another man real, even though you might think she all kind of bad, that's your brother's real, but you are not to sleep with that sister. You understand? You cannot do that. All right? So this is Abraham saying he will swear and he will prove Abimelech because of the well of water. Right? Keep going.
Come. Verse 26. And Abimelech said, I wot not who have done these things, neither didst thou tell me, neither yet heard I of it but today.
Mm-hmm. So he said, let's go back up a little bit. He said, Abraham reproved Abimelech because of the well of water, which Abimelech's servants had finally taken away. So there was obviously a well that was taken away by Abimelech, and his people, right? His servants. And Abraham had to check him on this. You want me to deal with you and have this agreement with you, but you have done something wrong to me. And now he's telling him what's going on, right? He said he ought not that have done this thing, neither didst thou tell me, neither yet I heard of it, but today. So this is what happens when two men have a conversation. This is how you should have a conversation. If I got an out with my brother, not saying Abimelech was a brother, but you know what I mean. If you were gonna have a dealing with a brother, you should be honest. If I got a problem with you, what should I do? I should take it to you and deal with that problem right there, right? You understand? Not try to belittle you or not try to be you know what I mean? What's the word I'm looking for? Not try to unalive you just because of you done something wrong to me, right? I should be able to tell you what you've done wrong and we address it. All right, keep going.
Come. Verse 27. And Abraham took sheep and oxen and gave them unto Abimelech, and both of them made a covenant. Verse 28. And Abraham set 7 ewe lambs of the flock by themselves. Verse 29. And Abimelech said unto Abraham, what mean these 7 ewe lambs which thou hast set by themselves? Verse 30. And he said, for these 7 ewe lambs shalt thou take of my hand, that they may be a witness unto me that I have did this well.
Right. So Abraham is now paying for something that has went wrong, right? That's what you see Abraham doing. He said he saw that something was wrong, and he's paying for it with his 7 ewe lambs. All right. It's a good thing. That's what you should do. If you owe something, you pay what you owe. Right. So if you got something you want to add, you good? All right. This is the last verse, right? 31. Then we go back to the Hebrew.
No, it was.
All right, yeah. So we back in Hebrew now. All right. We'll go back into the Hebrew, Genesis chapter 21 and verse 30. We're going to read 30. We're going to read 31, so like you. Going down 37. Right. Genesis chapter 21 and verse 31. Al, Khan, Quara, Lama Quaram. It's like Lama Quaram. Hawa, Ba'ar, Shabai, Kaya, Sham, Nasham Ba'awa, Nasham Ba'awa, Shan Yaham, Wayakor, it's like Wayakor Wafya, Bariyath, Baba'ar, Shabai, Wayaquam, Abayamlak, Wapayakal, Shar, Tata Ba'a, Wayashabwa, All, Aratza, Palashathium, verse 33. Wayata'a, Ashar, Baba'ar, Shabai, Wayaqua, Sham, Basham, Yahweh, All, Awalam, verse 34. Gar, Abaraham, Ba'aratza, Palashafyam, Yamayam, Rabbi Yam. Genesis chapter 22, verse 1. Stop at verse 3. Wayahaya, Akar, Hada Bayam, Ha'Allah, Wa Ha'Allah Yam, Nasai, Abaraham, Waya Amar, Aliyah, Abraham, Waya Amar, Hananiah, verse 2. Waya Amar, Korak, Na, Af, Banak, Af, Yaka Yadak, Ashar, Ahabath, Af, Ya Tazakar, Walak, Lakah, All, Ratazah, Hamarayah, Waha'Allah, Sham, La'Allah, Al, Akkad, Haharayam, Ashar, Amar, Alayak. Verse 3, this is the last verse, right? Waya Shakam, Abaraham, Baba Korar. It's like Baba Korar. Waya Kabash, Af, Kamara, what? So like Kamara, Waya Karak, Af, Shana, Na'iraya, Af, Wa'af, Yataza Karar, Bana, Waya Bata, Waya Bakwai, Itazaya, Allah, Waya Kwam, Waya Lak, All, Hamakwam, Ashar, Amar, La, Ha'Alahayam. Ha'Alahayam. All right. All right, Warrior Officer Tazarma, if you could pick up for us, Shah, where we left off.
It is Genesis 21, starting at verse 31. Wherefore he called that place Beersheba, because there they swear both of them.
Right. Both of them made this agreement, right? They gave the 7 ewe lambs, they made the agreement, they fixed what was owed between the two, and they made that agreement. And they swore to each other. That's just, again, that should be another example of when you have a problem with somebody, you address that problem with that brother, man. You understand? You address that problem and you say, all right, look, this is where we at. This is what we're going to do. Moving forward, this is how we're going to do business together. You understand? And that's an excellent show of brotherhood, and that's the same brotherhood we should have right here inside this earth, man. That's the brotherhood we have in the ISUBK. You understand? If I got an argument with a brother, I got to go to counsel. You understand? I can't just live with that. General Muhammad taught a class on that last Thursday. Now, if you got a problem with somebody, you got to take it to counsel, or else you the problem. All right? Let's keep going on that.
Verse 32. Thus they made a covenant at Beersheba. Then Abimelech rose up, and Phicol, the chief captain of his host, and they returned into the land of the Philistines.
So they went back home. Keep going.
God. Verse 33. And Abraham planted a grove in Beersheba, and called there on the name of the Lord, the everlasting God.
Mm-hmm. So that's what he called on the Lord. That's what he called on Yahweh right there. All right? Keep going.
Verse 34. And Abraham sojourned in the Philistines' land many days.
Right. So Abraham was staying there, right? He didn't leave from out of there because he stayed many days. All right.
All right. Genesis chapter 22, verse 1. And it came to pass after these things that God did tempt Abraham and said unto him, Abraham. And he said, Behold, here I am. And he said, Take now thy son, thine only son, Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah.
So the Lord came to Abraham. He said, "Where you at?" Right? He said, "Where you at?" He wanted to test Abraham. Right? He wanted to tempt Abraham. He says, "Take now thy son, thine only son, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah." Keep going.
God will come and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which I will tell thee of.
Now, if we're not mistaken, they this Sarah child, Isaac and Sarah child. Right, this is Sarah child, right? So this is the promised child. They was old when they had this son. You understand? They was old when they had Isaac, man. This is the one that the angel came and told Abraham that this is gonna be your son. This is who your seed gonna be called unto. But he tempted Abraham, and he said, "Go up into the mountain and sacrifice your son." You understand? And he said, "Take him up and offer him as a burnt offering." Can you imagine how that would be from now to God? This is your only son. Son, you've been waiting a long time for it. And the Lord said, "You got to go sacrifice that man. Right. You got to go burn that man up. You got to go sacrifice that man." Yeah. That's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going.
God. Verse 3. And Abraham rose up early in the morning and saddled his ass and took 2 of his young men with him, and Isaac his son, and clave the wood for the burnt offering, and rose up and went unto the place of which God had told him.
Right. So Abraham rose up early in the morning. The Lord told Abraham to do this, and what did Abraham do? He didn't stutter. He didn't hesitate. He rose up early in the morning and got ready to take care of business, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure being a father myself, this was not an easy task for him to do. But he still did just the same. Right? He still did just the same. He rose up early in the morning and took care of the business, man, and went about the business of doing what the Lord told him to do. That's what we got to do, man. We got to be about the business that the Lord told us to do, man, no matter what the case may be, man. No matter how your family feel about it, no matter how you real feel about it, no matter how your son feel about it, you know what I'm saying? We got to be about the business of our Father. Right? You understand? Look, I heard Captain Zaryak say the other day in his car Chronicles, he was like, having zeal is not a problem for me. You know what I'm saying? He said, what he say? He said, my slave might be mad at me. My rib might be mad at me because they don't get the time that they want. My children might be mad at me because they don't get the time they want. But at the same time, he's still going to be doing the work. He's still doing this work, man. And that's what we got to do, man. We got to do the work that the Lord has called us to, man. We got to go out here and save our people and serve our people, man. You understand? That's what we're here for, man. But no other thing other than that. You understand?
Like, if I may, too.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? You got to look at what's about to transpire, you know what I'm saying, what Abraham got going on. You know, if he can continue to do what the Most High is asking him to do,
right?
I know we can. You
right.
know what I'm saying? Right. I ain't never been under no pressure like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
To sit and go to Man, I'm gonna go burn my son.
Right. That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
That's
We we can't do the work of the Lord because my big toe hurt.
That's
man,
right.
You know, so
That's right.
Or just little stuff like
That's
that.
right.
So
That's right.
just imagine the loyalty that he had for the Most High.
That's right. That's right.
Doing something like that.
That's right. The zeal he had. Because you're right, 100%, bro. That's what we do, man. We make excuses to serve the Lord, and we know we're supposed to be doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why some of us aren't fit to enter into the kingdom. You understand? This brother was about to sacrifice his son. You understand? Ready to do it. Ready to do it. We ain't even ready to go to Sabbath Service. We ain't even ready to go to camp. We ain't even ready to stop eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. We ain't ready to stop smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? Right. This brother about to sacrifice his son, and we ain't ready to stop doing these things that we do. All right? Well, we're back in the Hebrew now. You want to read it? What's wrong with the word?
Yeah. Genesis 22 and verse 4. Let's see. All right, we're going to start at verse 4 in the Hebrew. By Yawam. Hashala Yashai. Hashala Shai. Hashala Shai. Waya Sha'a. Abraham. Ayanaya. Ayana Yawa. Wayara'a. Ama Kowam. Morocco. Verse 5. Waya Amar. Abraham. Naya Rayawa. Shabawa. Lakam. Pa. I'm. Hakamawar. Wa'anaya. Waha Na'ar. Nalaka. I. Ka. Wana Shatak Wa. Wana Shawab. Wana Shawaba. Allah Yakam. Verse 6. Wayakwak. Abraham. Itazaya. Ha'alaya. Laha. Wayasham. Yatazaka. Yatazaka Kwa. Manaya. Waya Kwak. Bayadawa. Ha'ash. Wa'a. Hama'a Kala. Hama'a Kala. Yawalakwa. Yeah, Wayalakwa. Shanayaham. Yak Dawa. Verse 7. Yakadwa. Yakadwa. Verse 7. Wayamar. Yatazakwa. Yatazakwa. Oh, Abraham. Abayawa. Abayawa. Wayamar. Abaya. Wayamar. Hananiah. Badaya. Wayamar. Hanaha. Hana. Haash. Waha Tazayam. Wa'aya. Hasha. La'a. Verse 8. Verse 8. Wayamar. Abraham. Alahayim. Yara'ah. Lawa. Hasha. La'a. Banaya. Wayalakwa. Shalayam. Yakadwa. Verse 9. Bawa. Oh. Hamakwam. Ashar. Amar. La. Ha'alayam. Wayaban. Sham. Abraham. Hamazbak. Wayamark. I'm sorry. Arak. Ha'atazayim. Kwa. Yatazakwa. Banawa. Wayasham. Athaw. Hamazabak. Mama'al. La'atazayam. Last verse 10. Wayashalak. Abraham. Yanawa. Wayakwak. Akalah. Lashakat, La Shakat, Anawa.
All right. Let's get back into it. Come on, time to pick up for us, there, warrior.
God. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 22, verse 4. Then on the third day, Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw the place afar off.
Mm-hmm. So if you remember what we're talking about here, Isaac is going to be, the Most High told Abraham to go sacrifice his son. Abraham rose up early in the morning, took his son and clave the wood for the burnt offering, and then he did on. Then what happened on third day? So this is the first day, right? He rose up early, started on his journey. And you said this is what day is this again?
The third day.
It's the third day. It's the third day, man. He's been walking with his son for 3 days. You know what I'm saying? On the way to carry out this mission. Go ahead.
Imagine what's going through his head.
Man, this brother being tempted. You know what I'm saying? This brother being tempted, man. You understand? All right, keep going, Warren.
Verse 5. And Abraham said unto his young men, abide ye here with the ass, and and the lad will go yonder and worship and come again to you.
He said, I and the lad will go yonder and come again to you. So Abraham knew what was going on.
Right.
He knew what was going on. He said, all right, stay here. Me and my son, we're going to go over here and do this worship the Lord. All right, keep going.
Verse 6. And Abraham took the wood of the burnt offering and laid it upon Isaac his son. And he took the fire in his hand and a knife, and they went both of them together.
He said he put the wood on us. Yeah, the son had to carry the wood. Man, look at Abraham, cold brother, man. You know what I'm saying? Even though you know as a father, he wouldn't want to do that. But the fact that he's carrying it out, putting the wood on his son. Man.
Laid it on.
Laid it on him, brother. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 7. And Isaac spake unto Abraham his father and said, my father. And he said, here I am, my son. And he said, behold the fire in the wood, but where is the lamb for a burnt offering?
You see that? Isaac wasn't no dummy. Isaac wasn't no dummy. He said, hey, Dad, I see the wood. You understand? I see the fire. Well, where the lamb at? Where the sacrifice at, man? You know what I'm saying? They're tripping. He said, what's going on, man? You know what I mean? What Abraham said, hey, look, keep going. Let's see what he said.
Verse 8. And Abraham said, my son, God will provide himself a lamb for a burnt offering. So they went both of them together.
Abraham had to tell him. Well, if he had told his son, you the burnt offering, Isaac might not have went with him. Because you know Isaac wasn't no little boy at this time, right? We know Isaac was, you know what I'm saying? It was a little while after his birth. I ain't saying that he was grown, nothing, but you know what I'm saying? He wasn't no dummy. He was able to perceive what was going on. Right. So if he had to say that Isaac was sacrificed, Isaac might have gave him some problems. You understand? So let's keep going. He said that the Lord is going to provide. Let's keep going.
Verse 9. And they came to the place which God had told him of, and Abraham built an altar there, and laid the wood in order, and bound Isaac his son, and laid him on the altar upon the wood.
So he bound his son up, laid him on the wood. All right, built the altar, laid the wood in order, bound his son. Keep going.
Verse 10. And Abraham stretched forth his hand and took the knife to slay his son.
Keep going.
Verse 11. And the angel of the Lord called unto him out of heaven and said, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, here I am.
So he said Abraham had stretched forth his hand and took the knife to slay his son. He was going to do it. He was in he was in order to go in and slay his son, man. You understand? But an angel came and he stopped him, right? Keep going.
Come. Verse 12. And he said, lay not thy hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything unto him. For now I know that thou fearest God, seeing thou hast not withheld thy son, thy only son, from me.
Yeah, right. So the angel was watching him. You know what I'm saying? The Lord had assigned his angel to watch. You know what I'm saying? He was watching what was going on, man. And he had watched that, making sure that Abraham carried out this order to slay his son. And the angel was watching him to make sure that he carried out the order. And right at the moment, right before he was about to, you know what I'm saying, end his son's life, that's when the angel stepped in and did that, man. For me, that tells me that these angels are watching us, man. They're watching how you living, man. They're watching what you got going on inside your life and how you living and what you're doing, man. You know what I'm saying? And you want to make sure, and I want to make sure that the report that the angel give back on me is a good report, man. You know what I'm saying? That it's something that, hey, man, even in my darkest hours, I'm still trying to serve the Lord. Still doing what the Lord wants me to do, man. You know what I mean? That's what we all should be striving for and trying to do. Because the angel's gonna report on you, and he's gonna look at Tazar Mop, and he's gonna say, Tazar Mop, what's Tazar Mop been doing? You know what I'm saying? He's gonna look at Kunat, what you been doing? Asking the officer, 50 not shot, what you been doing, man? You know what I'm saying? That report better be a good one, out. That report better be a good one, man. If you want this promise. If you want what's promised unto you, you better do a good one. So we just read on Tuesday how they're gonna have chariots sent down for us, man. Right. Chariots sent down to save us, man. You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't got a good report, you're gonna be on the end of that sword when the Lord pleading with you. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be pleading with you in fire and sword. You don't want them problems, man. You don't want them problems, man. All right. Let's keep reading on that word. Let's keep going on that.
Come. Verse 13. And Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, behind him a ram caught in a thicket by his horn. And Abraham went and took the ram and offered him up for a burnt offering instead of his son.
There you go. So the Lord had provided a lamb for him, and he was able to sacrifice that instead of his son. You understand? He was able to sacrifice that lamb instead of the son. All right? Because he knew, man. And we keep reading. I don't want to reveal that too early. I don't want to reveal that too early. But if you think about what makes this man say, what made Abraham continue on with that? Why was his faith so great that he was going to continue on with that? You know what I'm saying? That's what I was. Keep going. Go ahead, you got it. Go ahead.
No, I would say, one, I just know, the Lord been with Abraham a long time.
Right. That's right.
Just seeing what all he did, brought him through. Took him into Egypt.
That's right.
Brought him out.
Right. Brought him out of
with gold
and
lambs and stuff.
That's right. That's right.
So I guess he was trusting in the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we, that's what we
supposed
to
do.
Right? We gotta trust in the Lord. It might not look, might not make sense sometimes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
I trust him.
You gotta trust in the Lord.
Because the Lord made a promise to him. He made a promise to Isaac.
Promise. Yeah.
And that's the thing for me, right? The Lord made a promise, man. You know what I'm saying? That promise that he made to Abraham believed on. And the same promise that he makes to us, that we got to believe on. And if we keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, we're going to have salvation. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get the salvation that we so need on this earth, man, that our people have been needing from the beginning of time. You understand? We're going to get that salvation if we keep these laws, statutes, and commandments and do what's instructed unto us, man. You understand? That's what it's all about. But in order to do that, we got to rid ourselves of America, man. We got to rid ourselves of these American customs, man. These American ways, man. We got to rid ourselves of these ways because you ain't going to get this salvation no other way, man. You can't get salvation while you still celebrating Christmas, still celebrating all these holidays, man. You know what I mean? You got Valentine's Day about to come up here shortly. Martin Luther King Day on Monday, man. You know what I'm saying? And I know you're going to go out there and worship and celebrate your king. You understand? Martin Luther King, man. What's the real name? Michael?
Mike.
Yeah, Michael King. You know what I'm saying? You going out here to worship him, man. Worship him on his birthday or whatever, man. Man, we ain't worshiping that man. That's not a man that we revere. Now, he did some good things. You understand? He did a good thing. But at the end of the day, what he said is he integrated our people into a burning house.
Right.
And what we try to do on the Commander Junior Hunter in this ISUPK is get our people out of that burning house, man. You understand? That's what we try to do. Get our people out of this burning house and get them into the house of God. You understand?
Right.
Get them to a house of righteousness. You understand? That's what we try to do. All right?
So, Lockus, I got one more thing. It ain't got nothing to really, to do with this. But just like for the people that's watching, you notice that they doing sacrifices. This is before Moses, ain't it?
Right.
That's one thing, keep in mind. This before Moses.
Yeah, right. So what that mean? That mean the law, was that the law that was before them then? We had to keep the law. We had to do. You know what I'm saying? We had instructions that we were supposed to be following back then.
Right.
That's what they're saying right there, ain't it?
Right.
That we were supposed to be doing what the law told us to do back then. That's some heavy stuff right there, man. That he was sacrificing back then. He was living, even you take it a step further. Even before the law came with Moses, with the law of adultery, Abimelech was suffering the sacrifices, suffering the curses because of that. Even though the law didn't exist at that point, he was still suffering the curses of doing that wrong. You know what I'm saying? So that tells you right there, the law has been here from the beginning of time. You know what I'm saying? How we're supposed to live, how we're supposed to treat each other, what we're supposed to do. That's been here since the beginning of time. You understand? It started with Adam. You know what I mean? Even though he wasn't the first person on earth, I gotta say that because folks believe that Adam was the first human being. But it started with Adam, and it kept going on down through his seed, all the way down to where we at right now with Abraham. Understand? That's a heavy point you brought out, man. Most High Christ for that. All right, read that next verse, Ward.
Verse 14. And Abraham called the name of that place Jehovah Jireh, as it is said to this day, in the mount of the Lord it shall be seen.
So that's where he saved, where the Lord kept Abraham from unaliving his son, from slaying his son. He called that place Jehovah Jireh. All right. What you read down to, Ward? What you read down to?
I read down to 10.
10, no sweat. Let's get another 7. We'll finish our 7. You read 10, so 17. Let's keep reading out there. How much time are we on that? 57. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, go ahead, read 15.
And verse 15. And the angel of the Lord called unto Abraham out of heaven the second time.
Okay.
Verse 16. He said, by myself have I sworn, said the Lord, for because thou hast done these things and hast not withheld thy son, thy only son.
What happened? So he said, because I've sworn, saying the Lord, because you have done this thing and not withheld your son, right? Because you didn't withhold your son, he gonna bless you. He gonna give you something, right? Thy only son. Keep going.
Verse 17. That in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thy seeds as the stars of heaven, and as the sand which upon the seashore, and thy seed shall possess the gate of his enemies.
Right. So he said that his seed shall possess the gate of his enemies. This promise right here is the promise that we're living in at this exact moment, man. Right. This is the promise that we're living in right now, man. You understand? We are this promise, man. Because Abraham was willing to sacrifice Isaac, we are now having this promise, man. We now having this life that we live in right now. We're having the ability to be saved from our sins. We still the chosen people of God because of what Abraham sacrificed, man. You know what I'm saying? Because of that sacrifice. Now imagine in your personal life, the sacrifices you make today, what is that going to do for your children? You know what I'm saying? What is that going to do for your seed and your seed after thee, right? We make sacrifices to come in here and do what the Lord told us inside the ISUPK. What is that going to do for our seed? You understand? We're going to have a blessing because we keeping the word of God. You understand? Our seed is going to be blessed. Our children are going to be blessed. They're going to get raised up in this truth, man. You know what I'm saying? They're going to get the word and get salvation from this, man. Because we raise them up according to the law, statutes, commandments. You understand? Because we reject that Christmas tree. We reject, you understand? We reject the things that the world wants us to do. And because of that, we're going to get blessed too, man. We're living in this blessing that Abraham made, man. Most High Christ for Abraham, but walk without your house while you're out shopping. That brother.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
But taking care of doing that, taking care of business then, so we can have this salvation, this promise. You understand? Most High Christ for that brother. All right. So look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to read 7 more. And then we'll do a time check. And then we'll probably end it. You know what I'm saying?
Come.
Yeah. Gonna pick up at 18. No, we at 18, right?
Come, sir.
Yeah, pick up 18. We're gonna read the rest of the chapter.
Come. Verse 18. And in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed, because thou hast obeyed my voice.
Man, he said in select. I just gotta bring that part out one more time. He says, in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed, because thou obeyed my voice. Just because this man did what the Lord told him to do. The whole nation gonna be blessed because of what this man did. Now imagine if we did that. Imagine if we kept the law, statutes, commandments like he told us, and we obeyed his voice, man. All the nations will be blessed. We'd be blessed, man. We would get out of this oppression, man, and under the foot of this. So like I was about to say the wrong word. We would get out of the foot of this devil that is over us, man. This oppressor that's over us, man. We would get out of his foot, man. We would be ruling him, man. He would be making our devices, our teeth, our cars. You understand?
Right.
You understand? Because he can make a car now. So I ain't gonna lie, I like that Rolls Royce, man. You know what I'm saying? I like a Rolls Royce. I like a Lamborghini. So I like it. You know what I'm saying? I like them cars, man. He need to be making a car for me and my people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then break the price on them so we ain't got to pay the $100,000 for a car. You know what I'm saying? That's what he need to be doing. Making it so all my people can drive these Royces, man. Rolls Royces. These Lamborghinis, man. That's what I want, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, keep going on that, man.
Come, verse 19. So Abraham returned unto his young men, and they rose up and went together to Beersheba, and Abraham dwelt at Beersheba.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Come, verse 20. And it came to pass after these things that it was told Abraham, saying, Behold, Milcah, she had also borne children unto thy brother Nahor.
So now let's call back a little bit, right? So he said he returned his young men and they rose up. Abraham returned unto his young men and they went together to Beersheba. So they went back to the place where Abraham made that promise. Where he made that promise to Abimelech. Y'all remember that? That's where he dwelled at, back at that location. All right. He said it came to pass that Milcah, she has also borne children unto that brother Nahor. All right. Keep going.
Verse 21. Thus his firstborn, and Bus his brother, and Kimal, the father of Aram. Verse 22. And Chesed, and Hazo, and Fildash, and Jidlap, and Bethu. Verse 23. And Bethu begat Rebecca. These 8 Milcah did bear to Nahor, Abraham's brother.
So Nahor had a lot of children. That's what you're saying, right? You're seeing that Nahor and Milcah had a bunch of children, right? These are all the children that they had, right? Keep going.
Verse 24. And his concubines, whose name was Ramah, she bare unto Tabah and Gaham.
She bare also Tabah.
And she also bare Tabah and Gaham and Tahash and Makat.
So they kept having children. This is what Salami, if you don't know, this is what black people do, is we have children. Blacks, Hispanics, and natives, Salami, because our native brothers, our Mexican brothers, they have a lot of children. This is what we do. You understand? This is what we do. We have children. You understand? And Salaki, they have a lot of children, a lot of wives. You understand? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, there wasn't just one wife that Abraham and Nahor and all these people were having children with. They had multiple wives and concubines. You know what I'm saying? That's how you build a nation. It's a lot. That's how you build a nation. In order to build your nation, you have to have children. You understand? You have to have children in order to build a nation. That's what we need. All right? With that, we at the time, man, we got to bust a move, man. We got to, hey, man, y'all be on the lookout, man. We got an interview coming up, ISUPK Alabama, man. You're going to start seeing this stuff come out real soon. We're going to keep you aware, keep you alert, man. So stay on the lookout. ISUPK Alabama is doing a lot of things. Shout out to Captain Hunt, them y'all, and everybody that's supporting this, man. You know what I'm saying? With that, we're going to say a mantra. We're going to do the prayer. We're going to let Konata Zadak give it a shot. And Officer Zalmouth, give that brother a hand. Give that brother a hand to do the prayer. How you do the prayer? All right. Wapanya Hakudam, which means turn and face the east.
This is the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shabkat.
Shabkat.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malawakaka.
Malawaka.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Watazaka.
Watazaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Ash.
Ash.
Bataraza.
Bataraza.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Nantananawa.
Tanamrawa,
Lakal.
Lakal,
Kal.
Kal,
Wayam.
Wayam,
Wasalakanawa.
Wasalaknawa,
Shabawatanawa.
Kawawaknawa,
Kabawatanawa.
Kawawatanawa.
Kasalakanawa.
Kasalaknawa.
Kabawatawatanawa.
Kawawatanawa.
Kabawatanawa.
Kawawatanawa.
Kabawatanawa. Wala.
Wala.
Tabawatanawa.
Tabayanawa.
Tabayawanawa.
Tabayanawa.
Balasalawan.
I'll take your time. Just take it one word at a time. Take your time.
Banasalawan.
There you go. Banasalawan.
Abal.
Abal.
Hawas. Hawa. Hawashanawa.
Hawashanawa.
Mawan. Mayan.
Mayan.
Ra.
Ra.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamalakawa. Hamalakawa. Hamalakwa.
Amalakwa.
Waha Allah.
Waha
Wa. Watapatara. Wahata. Patara.
Wahata Para.
Wahata Para. Lalawam.
La wala yum.
Walayam. Aman.
All right, get that brother a hand, man. Get that brother a hand. This Hebrew is not easy to read, man. I said every week, Hebrew is not easy to read, man. Good job, boy. Let's fight for that. All right?
All right, this is the Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth,
In earth.
as it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
And forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into temptation.
And lead us not into temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it. Song in turn. We'll give one courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, Ahmadu Shabbat, Ahmadu Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah Rakatham. Yahweh Batal. Give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Ahmadu Shabbat, Ahmadu Barak, Yahweh Shema Rakatham Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Batal. Class dismissed.